All right, guys. So let's go over to creating our business card for this tutorial. Right now, we're going to start with canva.com. It is a website that also has an application on smartphones, on Android devices and other versions like iPhone and Windows version. All you just need to do is move over to your smartphone store. For Android user, go over to Play Store, Google Play Store, and download the application. Or if you choose to use a browser, you can choose to use your browser to access this platform. So let's go over to creating our business card. If you are if you have a browser like Firefox or Google Chrome, that is recommendable. All right. So if you don't have it, go over to your store, your phone store, and download it. Now, I have here is Google Chrome on my phone, so I'm going to click on the Chrome browser. And once you are in the Chrome browser, the next thing you want to do is go to google.com, right, and impute canva.com. All right. But I'm not going to use this browser. I'm just showing it for those that don't have Canva, the Canva application on their phone, on their devices. So I have Canva on my phone, so I'm going to open Canva, the Canva application. Okay. Both of them function, they perform the job. They does the job very well. I'm just more comfortable using the application. So if you want to use the browser or the application, whichever works for you, you can download it from the Play Store. You can download the application from Play Store. So here we are on the Canva home. All we just need to do is go to the search bar and type business card into and search for it. An array of business card is going to come, but I want you to take note that there are two options of the templates that are going to be displayed to you. Some of them are pro version, which means you have to pay for them. There are designs that you have to pay for, and we also have free design options. So we're going to go through the array and see whichever works for us. Now you can see like this arrow industry. You can see my mouse on it as I'm clicking on it. Okay. It's a paid version. You can see this Helen Paquette template is a paid version, while this Fowget company template is a free version. Once just go through the template and you can select whichever you are okay with. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to pick this design, right? Morgan Maxwell template, and we're going to edit that for this tutorial. Okay, guys, so our template has uploaded successfully. The next thing we want to do is to start editing it. We're going to customize it in a way that best suits the design we want to create. So first of all, we'll work on the background. And here you can see an array of colors. Remember that when you highlight a particular background, it is that particular element you're going to work on. So you can see that our background has been highlighted with the purple outline, the purple lines out there. So we can come down here to click edit the color. Now I want you to to listen attentively, to follow my steps all the way. I don't want this video to be that long, so we are going to learn while we're designing our template. So here I'm going to click on color. Once it's up, I can choose from an array of color, and if that is not okay for me, I can open I can click here and open the RGB function for our color. Now, when that is done, I'm going to select something that best define the color I want to use. I can use the color picker to do this. Okay. Good. So I'm using the color picker to pick the particular color that I'm best comfortable with. Okay, this is fine for me. Now, the next thing we want to do is to, now we've changed our background color. The next thing I want to do is to work on this on the logo. So I'm going to remove this text by deleting it, and then click on the M logo that is there and scroll through the function here and go to replace. Okay. And this particular template is using a letter as logo, right? So if we can't find the option to replace it, all I just need to do is to delete it and bring in my own logo. So how can I do that? I'll just click on this button here, which is the positive sign highlighted with that purple background in the circle, and go to gallery here and import the image I want to use. Now, if I can't find the image there, the next thing I want to do is to search for, okay, you can see it has uploaded there. There's recently, I can click on it and go into my folders, select the particular folder I want to use. So you can use that option to search if you have your logo already made, or the logo of the business you want to create this business card for, and go to the particular folder where you have it and you can select it from the folder. So I'm looking for the folder where I have my logo. Sorry, I'm going to do this, and uh, okay, what I just need to do is click on folder. It's going to open up all my folders, or I'll click on upload, right? Let's move this so that we'll have space for what we're doing. I'm going to upload it from my phone gallery. So I have this here. So I'm going to click on my logo and it will come up here. Now you can see that my logo has been incorporated into the design. What I want to do next is to size it up. And how do I do that? It's just to click on these rounds, this circle, this white circle at the edge of the corners, and drag it upward. You can drag it upward if you want to make it bolder, or you want to reduce the size, you can do that as well. And once I'm done with that, I can choose to align my design using the position button, and I move it, click middle, and bring it to the center. Okay. So now if I go back, probably it's not in the right position for me. I can use the nudge button to manually position my logo. And that's what I'm doing right now to ensure that I have it at the center. Now that my logo is positioned, the next thing I want to do is to delete the default logo that is there. So I'll just click on this default button and there it goes. It's out of it. Now, the next thing I want to do, I want to impute my business name. So I'm going to click on design and edit it. So by editing, I'll impute I want it in caps lock. So I'm going to tap in my business name into here. Then I'm going to edit that text. Now that we have the name imputed, you can use your business logo if you have it, or you can use an imaginary. If you go to the option, click on the positive button there, it will give you options that you can select from on, or if you want to do it, or you can import your own logo as well. Okay. Now that I've imputed my text, the next thing I want to do, I am not, if this font is not fine for you, you can always edit it here. You can just go to font and you can select the font that best work for you. Like this not bold. If I click on it, you see my text will change to it. You can see that. So I'm going to search through this. I love using archival black. So I'm going to click on archival black. So archival black has been selected, right? The next thing I want to do now is to, if you want to size the color, if you want to change the color, I want to change my color. So all I just need to do is probably use the color picker, right? It's probably go to the RGB and use the color picker. Immediately it will show me options that I can type. You see that? I just changed the color for my logo. So you keep moving it until you find a perfect color that best design your feel. Isn't that lovely? Now that I've done that, the next thing I want to do again is probably, if you want to format it, I want it to be bold or not. Then you have your line spacing here and your letter spacing. You can see that the name there is there's a whole lot of gap in between the letters. I might want to reduce it by tapping on the letter spacing and I will drag it. Okay. And now I have my name. I have it. Once you've done what you've you can drag it to space it or to cover the spaces up according to what you want to do. Now this archival black is not looking too nice with uh, my my business name or my business name. So I'll go back and change the font again. I'll look for something suitable for it. So I'll just go through the list. I'll select Abrefat face. This is actually my default font for my logo. Now the next thing I want to do is increase the text size. Okay, so that is fine for me. Now that I've done that, if I want to impute another letter, if you want to impute another letter to this, all we just need to do is go over to duplicate and duplicate our letter. Now you see that we have duplicated our letter, and I'm going to edit on that and change it all over again. I'm going to put my slogan there. Let us sell you. That is my slogan. So once I've done that, you can see it's not aligned. What do we do next? I'll just simply go over, highlight it, and then go over to the font and change the font for that slogan. So I'll go through the list again and select a font that best work for me. So let's click on this and see how it works. Okay, that is okay. It's okay. So I'm just, for the purpose of this tutorial, I'm going to use this font. All right. Then I'm going to go back to spacing and close up the space in between these letters by reducing it. All right. Then I am going to resize that letter, change the color to make it suitable for my logo. So the font size, I'm going to reduce the font size here. So by depending on the value you add to it, you can come to the box and click on it and change the letter also. Probably I want to give it a value of 10. I just have to delete the value that is there before and give it a value of 10. So now I have my value of 10. That's it. It's done. The next thing I want to do is to position my font. All right. So I go over to the notch button and manually position my font, that particular font, under my business name, and bring it down, ensuring that, okay, you can see how it looks. So my font has been positioned, well positioned. The next thing, I go over to changing the color of that particular font. All right. Remember, we're done with the signage design for now. So the next thing I want to do is to lock the name up so that it doesn't move. Or so I come to the lock button and click on it, and top our top text is locked into place. Now I want to change the color for the second text. So all I just need to do is go over to the font options, I mean the color option, and in this right now I want to change it to white. So that is it. You see, that has been done. So automatically my logo design here is done, right? So I'm going to position it into place, and you can see that. Okay, obviously it seems that my texts are too down to the part I want them to be centralized. So what I just need to do is to click on them, go over to unlock for the signage, and then manually move them into position by clicking on nudge. So I'm going to move that into position. You see how it works. Then I'll do the same thing to the second text line by nudging it into place also. Oh, sorry. Okay. So I'll do that to this also by taking it up into place using the nudge button. So our front page is done. All right. I just want you to have an idea of how this work. Okay. You can do whatever you want to do with these options. Assuming I want to change the color of my font, I can still do that as well. All right. You have all the options to your other options are there for you to use. Now, because my font is already designed in a 3D level, my logo, it's not going to, the colors cannot apply to it. So if you go through these options, you're not going to find, but I can as well work with filter and adjust it. Okay. Like if I select epic, you're going to see that. If I select summer, it's going to change. You can see that. So basically, we're done with our front page design. The next thing we want to do is go to the back page where we can input our business detail. So I go there as well, click on that text and edit that text. Give it a name. So I'm going to input my name there. First of all, I want my names to be in caps lock, so I have it done there. Now, next thing I want to do is to next thing I want to do is to change the font for that name. Okay, so I can use let's go through the font list and select something that works well. That's, let me try this. Okay, I like the look. I like the look of alike, the alike font. So now that we've done that, the next thing I want to do is go to the next. I want the color to stick to be black. Let's go through that. Uh, you see different options on the font list. So you can go through it, select something that works for you, and then impute it there. Okay. Oh, perfect. This archival arrow is okay for me. So you have different options you can use. Arimo. I'm using Arimo right now. So that is fine for me. Now I can as well change the color to uh in this case, uh probably let's leave that. We're going to work on the background. I don't like the white background, so I'm going to work on that. Now the next thing we want to do is go to this text and edit it also. In this case, I'm just going to add, instead of to delete it and do something else, what I'm just going to do to this, okay, so that our first text does not move out of place, we'll lock it up, go to the lock function and lock it into place. So that is done. Then we'll go over to design, and I'm going to add uh, graphic designer to it. So you see that's in place. Then I'll go over to the font and work on and change the font as well. But you can do that. For me, I am okay with the font design that is there, so I'll just leave it. Now, next to it, you can see the phone button. Now, that is a full space. All the text there have been imputed already. So I'll just do this. Change the contact number to mine. I'll just impute mine, or let me use +234, right? Space 805 space 411 space 5194. After doing that, the next thing I want to impute here is the address. So I'll just take this one out, delete this. Oh my. Okay. Okay. Space 411 space 51 sorry, 5194. Then go beneath it and impute my address. So I'm going to type in my work address here. Phase 2, Federal Secretariat, Shehu Shagari Way, Maitama, Abuja. So you can see that our address has been imputed. The next thing I want to do there is to impute my email. All right. So I'm just going to use connect to Clem at sionage.com. That is my business email. and then probably I'll come down here and add my website, which is www.sionage.com. So for the back page, as you can see, we have already added all the information we want to add to it. And you can see it has been, the text itself is centralized to the center. Okay. Now, if you notice something with that, the lines in between the text is somewhat wide. So I'm going to reduce that by using the line spacing because we have multiple text lines here. So I'm just going to reduce it a little bit, just a little bit. And that is okay for me. All right. Now that we're done with that, the next thing we want to do is oh no, I was supposed to use the center, but it's already at the center, so there's no need. So the next thing we want to do, work on right now, is we'll lock that into place so that it doesn't move and distort our design. So the next thing we want to work with, we'll lock the graphic designer text also. And now you can see that all our text has been locked into place. They cannot move anymore around our template anymore. So the next thing I want to work on now is the background of this uh, template. The color is white, like I said earlier, so I'm just going to change the color to something. I'm going to pick something lighter that will complement the color I use. How do you see that? It's looking better now, right? So you can just play around and do whatever you want to do. Remember, I'm trying to design a graphic designer business card. So oftentimes it's not 100% formal. We just want to attach designs that makes it looks presentable and all. I'm just showing you how these functions work, and then you can do better with them. But also remember that I want you to follow these steps and do the same thing like this. This is what you're going to submit as your assignment. Okay, on your assignments outline, you're going to see the assignments I that is uh, that is that you're advised to carry out there. Okay, so now that we have our text, now our text is not looking, it's a bit too light, and I want to change the color. So what do? I just go over to the text. This text here, I'm going to make it dark. All right. First of all, I'm going to unlock it. Then I'll change the the font color to this background. It's a dark brown background which I use for the front part of it. So there have to be some, connect between the front and the back. The color options has to be the same. So I'm going to come to the name text, which is up there, unlock it, and I'm going to make it bold. All right, so I will go to format and make the name bold. Okay, the font I'm using is not a bold font, so no problem. We'll have it, we'll just leave it like that. Or I'll just go back, change the font to something that will accept the bold format, because your name has to be bold enough, catchy enough. So I'm going to go through here the list of the font, select something else that will accept the bold this text, or apply this background font. Oh no, it's not giving me what I want. Go through it and then select something that will work for you. Let's try this and go back and make it bold and see if the bold format will apply to it. Of course it will. So you can see that our text, the name text has been highlighted. So I'm going to change the color as well to the same dark brown which I use for the address, the contact text. The same thing is going to be applied to the service or the job title there, which is graphic designer. So I'm going to unlock it and change the color as well. So after unlocking it, I'll go to font color and use the dark brown. Oh no. Okay, we'll use this. We'll do this. You can as well unlock it here by clicking on this. Okay, you can unlock it. After unlocking it, go to the color option and change it to dark brown. So I want you to do the same thing, but in your own case, impute your own contact address as well and your name. Okay, this is just to once you're done with that, I want you to submit it on the platform. Okay, so now that we're done designing our business card, next thing we want to do is to save it. And how do we do that? We just simply hit this button, which is the download button. So, and you can select what you're doing, you're going to do with it. So our design is being created, is being prepared. So we'll just wait for it a bit. Now it's done. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.